Did you know that respect is much more than just a formality? It is the backbone of all human interactions. But what if I told you that the way you understand respect might be completely wrong? In this video, we will uncover one of the biggest misconceptions about human relationships and reveal how a lack of respect can not only destroy your relationships but also compromise your mental health and well-being. Stay with us for a groundbreaking revelation that could transform the way you interact with the world around you. Learn how to protect your dignity and improve your interpersonal connections once and for all. And don't forget, we want to hear from you. Share your experiences and thoughts in the comments below. Let's begin. Consistent lack of respect. Respect is more than courtesy. It is the central pillar in all healthy and productive human interactions. When we encounter a recurrent lack of respect, marked by behaviors that reduce or completely ignore an individual's dignity, this warning sign cannot be ignored. Such behaviors can manifest in various ways, from constant interruptions in a conversation to destructive criticism or deliberate indifference to someone else's emotional needs. Each of these acts undermines the trust and security essential for any healthy relationship. The persistence of this lack of respect is a clear indication that the relationship may be compromised to a point where a person's mental health is at risk. In such circumstances, distancing oneself is not an abandonment but a measure of self-protection. It is an essential step to preserve mental peace and personal integrity, preventing the erosion of self-esteem and the buildup of resentment. Deciding to distance oneself from a toxic dynamic is an act of courage and self-respect. Reflecting on these interactions allows us to assess our own values and reaffirm our commitment to personal dignity. Establishing and maintaining clear boundaries is crucial for any lasting and respectful relationship. These boundaries not only protect against emotional wear and tear, but also promote an environment where mutual respect can flourish. By facing and acknowledging the ongoing lack of respect, we offer ourselves the chance for renewal and personal growth. We learn to value even more those who treat us with the respect we deserve and learn not to tolerate less than this. This is a time to reflect on the role that respect plays in our lives and how its absence can be damaging both to the individual and to the broader social fabric. Recognizing these signs and acting accordingly is essential for developing healthier and more fulfilling relationships. Negative effects on mental health. Relationships that consistently generate feelings of anxiety, sadness, or stress are highly detrimental not only to the serenity we all strive for, but also to our ability to function healthily and virtuously in daily life. Stoic philosophy teaches us to seek mental tranquility as an essential state for the practice of virtue and good living. However, being involved in relationships that continually disturb this emotional balance directly challenges that goal. When subjected to environments that emotionally destabilize us, we may experience a decline in our mental health, which manifests not only through emotional discomfort but also as physical problems such as lack of energy, insomnia, or digestive issues. These symptoms are clear signs that something in the dynamics of our relationships is not contributing to our well-being and must be carefully evaluated. Becoming aware of the negative impacts of these relationships is the first step towards initiating change. Protecting our mental health often involves making difficult decisions, such as limiting or ending contact with people who continue to cause emotional pain. This is an essential act of self-care and an affirmation of our right to a healthy environment conducive to personal development. By distancing ourselves from negative influences and restructuring our relationships, we are not only safeguarding our mental health but also reinforcing our ability to live more fully and virtuously. This process may involve seeking support from friends, family, or mental health professionals who can provide the guidance and support necessary to regain emotional stability and strengthen our commitment to a virtuous life. By cultivating and maintaining relationships that support and elevate us, we reaffirm our commitment to tranquility and virtue, essential pillars for an authentically good life. Misaligned values. The compatibility of values between individuals is a fundamental element for the development of genuine and meaningful relationships. When we frequently find ourselves at odds with the ethical principles and personal values we cherish, moral dilemmas arise that can cause intense internal conflicts. These disagreements are not merely differences of opinion. They touch the essence of who we are and what we believe to be just and right. Constantly facing values that contradict our own can erode our inner peace and compromise our authenticity. Living in a state of constant ethical misalignment is like trying to navigate without a compass in unfamiliar territory, where every decision seems to question our integrity and deepest convictions. This misalignment can lead to a gradual erosion of self-confidence and self-esteem, as trying to accommodate or accept contrary values may lead us to question our own identity and principles. This, in turn, can manifest as stress, anxiety, and a feeling of disconnection from oneself and others. Therefore, it is crucial to recognize and deal with these value discrepancies proactively. Establishing clear boundaries around what is acceptable in our relationships can help preserve our sense of identity and integrity. In some cases, this may mean reducing or ending interactions with those whose values are deeply in conflict with our own. Making these difficult choices is essential to maintaining our authenticity and to cultivating an environment where we can live in harmony with our own values and beliefs. By making such decisions, we not only protect our mental health but also reinforce our commitment to an authentic life true to our principles. These actions not only free us from internal conflicts but also pave the way for deeper and more meaningful relationships based on genuine alignment of values. Feeling of constant drain. A healthy relationship should serve as a haven of mutual support and revitalization, not as a source of continuous depletion. When interactions with a person systematically leave us drained, this is an alarming sign that the relationship may be distancing us from our essence and hindering the development of our full potential. This exhaustion can manifest in various ways, such as a feeling of emotional fatigue after meetings, a decrease in enthusiasm for activities that previously brought joy, or even a persistent feeling of sorrow or worry. These signs indicate that the relationship is consuming more energy than it offers, negatively impacting our mental and physical health. Furthermore, a bond that consistently drains our energies can obstruct our path to achieving personal and professional accomplishments. Instead of propelling us forward, these relationships pull us back, preventing our progress toward personal fulfillment and the authentic expression of our capabilities. Recognizing when we are in a cycle of constant draining is crucial. Upon identifying this dynamic, we should consider reevaluating and possibly restructuring or ending these interactions. Establishing healthy boundaries is essential to protect our well-being and ensure that our relationships are sources of enrichment and mutual growth. Making choices that prioritize our well-being is not just an act of self-care. It is a necessary step to ensure that we are surrounded by people who positively contribute to our lives, allowing us to flourish and aspire to be our best selves. By freeing ourselves from draining relationships, we open space for new connections that truly value and energize our spirit. Manipulation. Manipulation, whether emotional or behavioral, represents a severe violation of Stoic principles of authenticity and honesty, essential values for building genuine and respectful relationships. This type of behavior involves the use of cunning tactics to influence or control others, often masking true intentions and deceiving those who are manipulated. Relationships that contain elements of manipulation distort the reality perception of the involved individuals, seriously compromising their ability to make free and informed choices. When we are under the influence of manipulation, our judgment becomes clouded, preventing us from evaluating situations and making decisions with clarity and rationality. This can lead to a state of confusion and indecision, where we constantly feel unsure about our own perceptions and decisions. More than that, manipulation attacks individual dignity and integrity as it exploits emotional vulnerabilities with the goal of gaining personal advantages. Such behavior not only erodes mutual trust and respect but also causes a lasting impact on the self-esteem and emotional well-being of the manipulated person. Therefore, it is vital to recognize and confront situations of manipulation in our relationships. Identifying these behaviors allows us to take measures to protect our autonomy and integrity. This may involve establishing firm boundaries or, in some cases, completely disengaging from the manipulative relationship. By rejecting and removing the influence of manipulation from our lives, we reaffirm our commitment to values of honesty and authenticity. This is a fundamental step in preserving our ability to make clear judgments and to maintain dignity and respect for ourselves and others, thereby contributing to healthier and truly respectful relationships. Trust is an essential pillar in any kind of relationship, whether personal, professional, or social. A persistent lack of trust can severely destabilize the foundations of our most significant interactions. When trust is undermined or absent, we find ourselves perpetually on guard, unable to relax and share our true thoughts and feelings. This constant state of alert not only prevents the development of a deep and meaningful bond, but also creates an environment of uncertainty and tension. Without trust, every word or action from the other can be interpreted with suspicion, and every minor misunderstanding has the potential to escalate into significant conflict. This atmosphere of mutual distrust can lead to a vicious cycle of fear and insecurity, where neither party feels secure or valued. Moreover, a lack of trust compromises our ability to open up completely, restricting our ability to be vulnerable and authentic with others. Vulnerability is crucial for building deep and genuine relationships, as it allows people to share their hopes, fears, and dreams. Without it, relationships tend to remain superficial and functionally limited. Recognizing and addressing the lack of trust is therefore essential to restoring the integrity of our interactions. This may involve open and honest dialogue about the insecurities and doubts that each party may be feeling. Establishing and respecting clear commitments can help to rebuild lost trust. In some cases, it may be necessary to seek the help of a mediator or therapist to facilitate this process. Facing these challenges is a crucial step in reestablishing an environment where all involved can feel safe, valued, and understood. By investing in rebuilding trust, we are not only healing damaged relationships but also strengthening our own ability to interact openly and meaningfully with the world around us. Abuse of any kind, abuse, regardless of its form, whether physical, emotional, verbal, or psychological, represents a serious transgression against Stoic principles that value dignity and mutual respect among individuals. This type of abusive behavior not only causes immediate and profound damage to the victim, but also corrupts the moral fabric of human relations, assaulting the essence of what it means to be respectful and virtuous. Ending abusive relationships is not just an act of self-care but an imperative necessity to preserve one's own serenity and integrity. Remaining in an abusive dynamic is incompatible with the pursuit of a virtuous and balanced life as advocated by the Stoics, who see tranquility of mind and harmony of spirit as goals to be pursued. The decision to distance oneself from an abusive relationship is therefore a fundamental step not only in protecting against further harm, but in reaffirming one's own value and respect for oneself. This process can be challenging, given the possible social isolation that abuse can cause or the emotional dependency it can create. However, it is essential to seek support from friends, family, or specialized professionals to navigate this difficult period. By choosing to end such relationships, we are opting for a path toward recovery and reaffirmation of our dignity. It is an opportunity to rebuild life on foundations of self-respect and mutual respect, redefining what we expect from ourselves and others in terms of treatment and interaction. Taking this active stance in eliminating abuse from our lives demonstrates a commitment to higher ethical values and the ceaseless pursuit of a state of well-being and respect that everyone deserves. Absence of growth or mutual support. Relationships that do not foster personal growth or mutual support can create a stagnant environment that significantly limits our individual development and our ability to contribute positively to others. This lack of progress and support not only diminishes our own evolution but can also prevent us from reaching our full potential. In a healthy relationship, growth and support are seen as essential components contributing both to personal enrichment and to strengthening the mutual bond. Without these elements, relationships can become one-sided or merely functional, where interactions are reduced to fulfilling obligations or maintaining appearances rather than promoting true connection and mutual enrichment. Regularly evaluating the dynamics of our relationships is crucial to ensuring that we are in an environment that not only respects and values our contributions but also encourages and celebrates our growth and well-being. This evaluation may reveal the need to discuss shared expectations and goals, adjusting the course of interactions so that both parties can benefit and evolve. In cases where mutual support and continuous growth are consistently absent, it may be necessary to reconsider the long-term viability of these relationships. This does not necessarily mean an abrupt breakup, but may involve redirecting or redefining how interactions occur, ensuring that both partners can thrive and develop. Taking steps to revitalize or readjust these relationships can open new possibilities for personal and collective growth. transforming stagnant interactions into sources of inspiration and progress. This, in turn, strengthens our ability to live more fully and contribute positively to the lives of others, aligning our relationships with our deepest values and aspirations. Persistent selfish behavior. In healthy relationships, a balance between giving and receiving is essential, reflecting a commitment to reciprocity and mutual respect. When one party consistently exhibits selfish behavior, always prioritizing their own needs over those of the other, this represents a clear violation of these core principles. Stoicism, which values moderation and fairness in actions, is contradicted in these situations, as the philosophy advocates for the importance of justice and emotional balance in all relationships. The persistence of such selfishness can gradually erode the foundation of any relationship, making it one-sided and imbalanced. This not only undermines the mutual support structure necessary for a healthy relationship but also negatively impacts both parties' ability to maintain serenity and practice virtue. When an individual consistently feels neglected or undervalued, this can lead to feelings of resentment and frustration, which, if unresolved, can further deteriorate the bond between people. Recognizing the presence of selfish behaviors and addressing them is crucial for the sustainability of any relationship. This may involve an open conversation about each person's expectations and needs, seeking to reestablish a balance where both partners feel valued and respected. In some cases, it may be necessary to set clear boundaries or reconsider the relationship's dynamics to ensure that mutual respect and reciprocity are restored. Addressing these challenges not only protects the individual integrity of each person but also strengthens the relationship as a whole, allowing it to evolve in a more balanced and harmonious way. By promoting an environment where altruism and mutual consideration prevail, we reaffirm our commitment to the Stoic values of justice and virtue, essential for personal and collective development. Destructive communication. Communication acts as the foundation of all meaningful relationships, and the way we interact with each other has a profound impact on our connection and mutual understanding. When the pattern of communication becomes predominantly critical, negative, or destructive, the effects on emotional stability and serenity can be severe. The Stoics, who value harmony and balance in human interactions, consider it essential that communications be uplifting and constructive, aiming for the growth and well-being of all involved. A communication pattern that consistently affects us negatively is a clear sign that changes are necessary. This type of interaction not only erodes mutual trust and respect but can also lead to emotional weariness, frustration, and distancing between parties. In environments where words are used to diminish rather than build, the true essence of communication, which is to connect and enrich people's lives, is lost. To restore positivity in communication within any relationship, it is crucial to identify destructive patterns and address them directly. This may involve establishing clear interaction norms that reject negativity and encourage open and respectful dialogue. In some cases, the assistance of a mediator or counselor may be beneficial to reorient communication toward a healthier and more productive path. Promoting constructive communication is an investment in the emotional well-being of all involved and the quality of the relationship itself. By doing so, we not only follow Stoic principles of uplifting interactions, but also create an environment where everyone can feel heard, respected, and valued. Changing destructive communication patterns to constructive ones is crucial for maintaining lasting and meaningful relationships, ensuring they are sources of mutual support and growth. Disregard for personal needs. In any relationship, respect and consideration for each individual's personal needs and boundaries are essential for maintaining healthy and balanced interactions. Frequent disregard for these needs reflects a serious lack of respect, which can severely compromise the dignity and inner peace of those involved. In Stoicism, the reciprocity of respect is seen not just as a matter of courtesy but as a crucial component for the practice of virtue and emotional well-being. When a relationship consistently ignores or minimizes your needs and boundaries, it may indicate that the relationship is at odds with your ethical and personal principles. This constant invalidation can lead to feelings of invisibility and insignificance, which are harmful not only to self-esteem but also to the ability to maintain a life according to your own values. Moreover, this lack of consideration can obstruct your path to growth and personal development, limiting your opportunities to live authentically and fully. It is crucial to recognize and address this dynamic within relationships to ensure that your relational environment is aligned with the values of mutual respect and consideration so highly valued in Stoicism. To remedy this situation, it is important to clearly communicate your needs and expectations within the relationship. Establishing and maintaining firm boundaries may be necessary to protect your dignity and promote an environment of mutual respect. In some cases, it may be necessary to reassess and possibly adjust or end relationships that continue to disregard your essential needs. By taking steps to ensure that your needs are respected, you not only strengthen your own position within your relationships but also promote an environment where honesty and respect can flourish, contributing to healthier and more satisfying relationships. Absence of mutual accountability. Mutual accountability is essential in any healthy relationship, as it allows both parties to share equally in the responsibility for actions and the overall dynamics of the relationship. A lack of accountability, especially when one of the involved consistently avoids taking their share of faults or conflicts, can create an environment of imbalance and perceived injustice. This behavior not only contradicts Stoic principles of honesty and justice, but can also seriously harm the trust and emotional stability that underpin the relationship. When one partner refrains from taking responsibility, it often places the other in a position where they must compensate for this lack, creating a disproportionate burden. This imbalance can lead to feelings of resentment and frustration, and if not resolved, can gradually erode the trust and mutual respect that are fundamental to sustaining any relationship. To address these challenges, it is crucial that both partners commit to honest self-assessment and open communication about their actions and the consequences thereof. This involves recognizing when failures occur, apologizing sincerely, and making genuine efforts to correct problematic behaviors and prevent their repetition. Promoting mutual accountability within a relationship not only aligns with Stoic teachings but also strengthens the relationship structure, creating an environment where justice and trust can thrive. By cultivating this dynamic, relationships become more balanced and fair, providing all involved a solid foundation for ongoing personal growth and development. Now that you understand the critical importance of respect in relationships and how its absence can deeply affect not only the health of the relationships but also your personal well-being, we invite you to reflect on how you can apply these insights in your daily life. Change begins with awareness and solidifies with action. Be sure to share your ideas and stories in the comments below. Your contribution is crucial to enriching our discussion. If this video was helpful to you, consider subscribing to the channel and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future content. Together, we can build healthier and more respectful relationships. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.